172 there.
Yeah.
182.
This is a 172, yeah. My mom's here, everyone. You're right there. And my dad's off camera here. He'll get in camera here in a second. But look at this new Seattle product just released. And so I'm showing there's 76 people in here watching this, and some of them are debating whether or not to get it. But look at the detail.
Very impressive.
It's
Looks real.
it really does look real. And I just flew down this port. Actually, I want to go over to the ballpark. I'm just using the Autopilot. As you can see in this cockpit, it's got a G1000. This is from Garmin, and then this company sent me this device to show on stream as well. So I've dented a few wallets just by showing products.
Is this Seattle?
This is Seattle. Yep. This is Seattle. I got to make sure I don't hit anything. But this company called ORBX released this product, and they just took their time getting all of the detail around. I mean,
Wow, it's impressive.
and the buildings, the reflections, the port, Century Link Field. No traffic on I-5, immersion ruined. Yeah, Pete, how you doing? That's Fly Purdue. He's a real-world Airbus pilot. Scotty P. Yeah, it's good.
So, CenturyLink Field is there.
That's the Seattle Seahawks.
I thought it was.
Or sorry, yeah, that's the football team.
Oh,
And then this is the Mariners,
okay.
which is who sponsors them now? Safeco? Is it Safeco Field?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then I've also got another program where I've injected, we'll go over to check out Seattle, but I've injected real world traffic. So right up there in the sky is Alaska Flight 425 coming from the real world, injected into my sim.
So
And if we flew near that guy, he's probably landing at maybe Seattle or something, but yeah. The roof is open, yeah. T-Mobile, is it T-Mobile? Okay, it's T-Mobile Park now. So I watched the chat here. Forza Razi says, hello, Mom. Can't see Dad, but you can, Flyboy's crying. And then but I can also use my voice. I got a voice command too here, so set heading 360.
Heading 360.
Now the plane's going to fly
degrees.
360, and because I've got voice automated software as well.
It's an impressive screen. Put it that way.
Yeah. And then over there, is that Rainier, or is that, what is that?
Rainier, yeah. Or, Rainier. Yeah, that's Mount Rainier.
I'm not as familiar with the, that's Rainier? Okay. And they've modeled the bridge. So this company, ORBX, went through all this painstaking detail to do custom graphic objects for these landmarks that are known throughout Seattle. So it's really, it's just really making it come alive. You really do feel like you're flying. And here's, of course, here's the 3D cockpit, and you can move around here. And
Well, it's got nice instrumentation. Wow.
yeah, the 5729 Romeo that you had, that I have in the sim, that's a 6-pack, with the steam gauges and that. Do you remember flying that?
Oh, yeah. A lot of hours in that flying.
I might switch to that one in a moment, but in that plane over there.
So this is a 172?
This is a 172, yeah, with a G1000. So, and there's a bridge there. That's pretty cool. Let me go. I don't know, where should I look next? Lunch will be here pretty soon, but Lake Washington. Oh, okay. Is there a VFR waypoint for that? It's another bridge. Set heading 180.
Heading 180 degrees.
Someone over on your screen asked, is South Africa on?
South Africa is in the simulator, yes, but not to this detail. This is a very detailed product that is about 208 gigabytes of data for the entire state of Washington. And I've got pretty good scenery for most of the U.S. and most of Europe, but Africa, I don't have a lot of scenery, and it's not as detailed. But the game, the simulator has the world modeled in 1-to-1. I mean, it's a realistic scale of the world. 1 mile is 1 mile.
I was talking to Dad this morning how I'd like to go to South Africa next year.
The real world entry to Renton runway 16 is through what's called the East Channel Arrival. That's how you stay out of the Bravo, huh? Okay. All right. Well, let's land.
You're asking us?
No, I'm talking to him. All right. So yeah, technically you'd want to stay out of the Bravo. So in this case, we're going to turn left. And the Bravo, we're in the Bravo right now, but that's okay. No, actually, we're below the Bravo. It's 2,000. Class Bravo is restricted airspace for air traffic control, so you can't be in it without permission because of all of the traffic that's coming into Seattle, both Boeing Field and SeaTac International Airport. The air traffic controllers, they need to control the airspace, so you're not allowed. See this blue? This.
No, not for play.
See this blue area?
For simulation.
This blue area, you have to have permission to be in there. So when I connect to my online air traffic control network, I have to follow those rules because I'm talking to a real human who's looking at the radar scope.
Right.
Okay. And but when you're simulating, obviously I don't have to follow the rules when I'm not on an online network. So, hello Christian 2920. There's F-16s flying around Payne Field right now. Very cool. Might have to go check that out. We got a raid from Gong Show Kid. Thank you, Gong Show. So another streamer just was streaming his flight simulation, and he's ending his stream, and he sent all of his viewers over to me. So we kind of help each other out, sending viewers over. So now we're popping over. I have a little counter down here that tells me we're popping over 80 viewers now. Here, take a seat in this sim.
Did she say lunch?
They may
was
have a
here?
question for you.
But did she say lunch
Who,
was
me?
here?
Yeah.
No.
Did she say lunch was here?
It'll be here. But it's not anything we can't have a few minutes down here.
Okay.
All right, so you can you can stay somewhat close to that mic. If you guys have any questions about me from my dad's perspective, he's
Careful.
real world hours in glider and Cessnas. Did you ever fly a Piper?
Sure.
Yeah. So they may ask a few questions.
I can't hear anybody.
No, it's all text.
Oh, it's all text.
I'll
Oh,
read to
okay.
you. And then if you want to,
I'm gonna go upstairs.
okay, I'll be there in just a minute.
I love the detail.
See the rotate the heading knob here? You see that right there?
Oh yeah.
You can just rotate that to change your heading.
And it's you can rotate it easily in 1 degree segments, it looks like.
Yeah, it's all coupled to the autopilot.
I gotta love this. This is beautiful.
Rich says, gonna get some lunch. Talk to you in a few. All right, Rich, thanks for the raid.
Yeah. Do you have
Forza Rossi asks, how many kids do you have and which one is your favorite?
Wow. Well, we have 5.
And how many, tell them how many grandkids.
I've lost track of how many
30.
At least 35, yeah.
35
Somewhere around 30 grandkids, yes. Well, this, I'd fall in love with this pretty easy.
It's a way to get your aviation bug.
Get my,
This is where all the Boeings are being created. So we can see all the Boeings are being painted there because that's Renton. That's where that's pretty cool.
Your runway heading is just like Salt Lake.
3-4, yeah.
3-4, 3-4 right, and we have a aircraft taking off who is astern right at the moment. What is that?
Oh, yeah. It's an Airbus A320 taking off.
Okay.
Right on a rented. Probably going to be delivered. That's pretty cool. That was good timing. That was in the real world.
That actually is happening right
That's
now?
happening right now. Yeah. There's a software package that grabs all of the radar data and puts it into my sim. All right, someone's asked for us to go to Payne Field, so I'm going to come back into here, and this is a close-up of, so they can see it on the stream, because this is what they're watching at home.
Right.
So I'm going to hit the FPL button right here. FPL, and then I'm going to go, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Rather than that, I'm going to hit the direct to button. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to type in this airport that he wants us to go to, K P A E, and I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to hit nav over here. Boom. Now the plane is going to turn toward that airport. And this is how it is in the real modern Skyhawks now. This is the actual avionics in a brand new Skyhawk.
What do they call a 182?
Skylane.
Skylane? Sure it is. Yeah, that I should know that.
Skylane.
We sold our 182 a long time ago, but for some reason, I couldn't remember there was a Skylane.
I'm gonna plug in a second headphone for a moment. And the other thing you can do with that is you can control the altitude, which is really cool. And because I'm a fanatic about good sounding audio, I'm gonna have to so now they can hear me as well as you. So we're gonna go take a break here in a bit and eat some lunch, but we're headed towards KPAE, and then see right here it says we're 27 miles from Payne, and this shows our altitude, and then I can rotate. This is our autopilot altitude, and I can change that by rotating that. Say I want to go to 900 feet, or I want to go to 1200 feet, and then I can click vertical speed, and I can make us go up at 300 feet per minute, and it's going to stop at 1200 feet. Isn't that amazing?
Does it warn you if you're at a restricted altitude for that airspace?
You have to watch your sectional chart. So over there on that iPad, we've got the class Bravo, and you can see I can zoom in, you can see the aircraft. So that's where you have to kind of keep track. But you also can there's a second one of these you can have with the map that does show the class Bravos and the Charlies and the Deltas. So yeah. Yeah.
Is there a glider airport nearby?
Probably.
I would think there is. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but I think there is too.
Is there a lot of wind though around Seattle? Enough mountain effect? Or do you have to go near mountains typically?
No, you don't need wind unless you're flying ridge currents, things like that. You're flying in thermals, which you don't really need to worry about that kind of thing, because you're going to fly from thermal to thermal, and the thermals are, hopefully you got some moisture in the air, and the thermal is going to be marked by a cumulus cloud at its dew point, wherever that turns into a cloud. And of course the thermal can proceed above the cloud, but
what was the altitude record or some record you'd set back in the day in the real world in your glider? You were charting with that device that was like writing on a graph or something?
Yeah, there's that's for various soaring awards for altitude gain or distance traveled. And there's essentially a bar graph that you carry behind the seat or in some cubby you can find in the cramped airspace of a Diamant 16.5 is what I was flying most of the time. That's the one I owned for the longest time, and flew it out of Sun Valley, and I had one memorable flight up around 17,500, 18,000 feet most of the time. And
On oxygen, I'm assuming?
yes, I was on oxygen above 12.5, and I was circling in thermal quite tightly, that banked over at about a 45-degree angle, and I looked up, which is across the thermal, and there was an eagle who was circling with me at that altitude. And I was shocked. I just couldn't believe that he was up there. He didn't have his oxygen on, I don't think. But he was having a good time in the thermals.
I would have thought that I was hallucinating if I saw an eagle at that altitude.
I was very, very surprised.
Yeah.
But he had been flying the thermals all day long. He had about a 6+ feet, 8 feet wingspan. Wow. Big eagle. I couldn't believe it.
They're saying that the Bellevue and the Microsoft campus is to the right. So we're going to look off to our right here. So somewhere... Oh, wait, that's our left. I've got the other right. So over that way, is that... Maybe that's over there, some Microsoft stuff, or is it more back here? There's another aircraft taking off over there. So that could be somewhere over there. That looks pretty cool. Sims have changed though, haven't they?
I would say so. That's so impressive.
I tell the stream it's your fault that I do all of this. Because my dad here, he bought me Flight Simulator 1.0 in 1986. Do you remember how I went and demonstrated it at high school?
Mm-hmm.
I took the Mac in that travel carry case, and they filmed me showing Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Really, and that was the little Mac.
Without much of a
Macintosh,
any memory or hard disk.
What was it, about an 8-9 inch screen? And,
yep. The classic.
Black and white, but it had great graphics.
Anyway, we're gonna have to get you in the glider on this simulator again, or we could
that'd be a lot of fun. You've got a stick here I can use, can't you?
Yeah, right here.
Oh yes, right at home.
Question for FlyDad: was John a good child, or did you have to put him over your knee every once in a while?
I plead the fifth.
I had my moments of good, intermixed with naughty. That's my my friend Cajun Cacti. I met him and his son at a flight sim convention in Las Vegas, and they live in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, and he has been watching me for a while, and we've gotten to know each other. But his son, who also does the simulator, is just in the real world is going through his commercial flight training. There's a golf course.
Oh, fantastic!
And he just passed his one of his checks, so now he's moving up the ladder to get closer to being
Way
a
to go!
commercial
That's
pilot.
fantastic.
When is the radio talk show coming? They want us to do a radio talk show. And then whenever we pass a golf course, so just over there on the right, see here on the sim, that golf course back there, whenever they pass it, they rock that little icon in my chat. Do you see that?
How about that?
That little golf icon?
Okay.
Because we kind of worship the golf courses in the sim sometimes. They're good VFR waypoints.
In real life, John and I are both amateur radio operators.
Mm-hmm.
So
we've done our fair share of talking on the radio.
We have talked on the radio in many different arenas.
Yep.
And it's fun to see this branch out of our mutual hobby here with the great simulator. I'm just I'm blown away. It's incredible.
The detail. It says we're 15 miles from the airport. I'm just going to land and then we'll go grab a bite to eat. Iron Condor Simulations is in the room. That is my friend from Chicago. He is he's just teaching me so much. He's a real world pilot as well. And yeah. Okay, we'll be there in just a few minutes. We're gonna land the plane.
Okay, but we done.
But what?
But we done.
You're done?
But I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Okay. Are you gonna hang out here for a minute? Okay. You can come if you.
Looking good.
Look right here. Come right here. You can get on camera. We call him Flyboy on stream. See, you're on camera. Why? Wave to him. It's 3 generations. If you stay right there on camera, you can right there.
Yeah.
Oh, moving. That's okay.
Yeah, we're still on camera. Yeah.
Homie Live says his father was an amateur radio operator as well.
Oh, fantastic.
And then
It's amazing how many amateur radio operators are also pilots, and vice versa,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
There are a lot of, it's a great hobby to look into if you're interested in broadening out and with the skills for simulating and flight simulation, not, of course, communications.
Yeah. Steve PHL is here. So when that big banner comes up, Steve is a subscriber of my
We
channel.
gotta
He's from
subscribe.
Philadelphia. Met him in the real world as well. So what they do is they support me and doing my live productions by subscribing to me. So in that case, it's like $5 a month.
We gotta
that
subscribe.
They're helping me do this for a little extra, put some food on the table.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you for 25 months of support, Steve. Dot Wallop is here. Hello, Dot Wallop. This is my father. Dot Wallop is in where are you? You're in Europe. You're in Norway, aren't you? No, where are you? Yes, Norway. See, he's in Norway.
Wow.
That's how beautiful this Twitch world is I can fly around the world, and we have real-time conversations with the entire globe right here in the chat, sharing the love of the simulator together. I mean, back in the day, remember my friends? None of them wanted to do flight sim. They're like, why would you want to do this?
We gotta
Keith and
subscribe.
Jason and Shane and all these guys. They're like, why would you? What? I don't get it. Why would you want to fly this little stick figure around?
We gotta
it's because I can change the
subscribe.
conf radios, the nav radio frequencies, and I can angle towards a VOR. None of them wanted to do it. But here on Twitch, we all get together because we love flight simulation. Golf course.
Yeah. Oh, nice golf course. Gotta love that.
Miss Air is from Switzerland, checking in right there.
How about that?
And Steve says, I see where John gets his good looks.
Well, check your glasses there.
I'll have to share some.
Yes.
I'll have to share some pictures of you in the Skyhawk and the Skylane and in the Diamant as well.
Oh, you've got some pictures.
I do, yeah.
Of me and the glider.
Yep.
16.5 Diamant.
There's even a picture of me as a toddler in the glider seat. These guys.
I remember that picture. That's
Yeah.
a great picture.
Yeah.
I've
Wallop.
got some in-flight pictures I could share with you if anyone's interested
That would
later
be
on.
great.
We
There
gotta
is
subscribe.
a glider flying from inside the cockpit at 17,500 feet over Sun Valley, Idaho,
Wow.
which was a great flight. Of course, we were putting the oxygen on regularly at that altitude, and could have spent all day up there. The thermals were taking us oftentimes above 1,000 feet per minute climb. And that was an amazing day. It's fun to recall that as we do some flying
We got
here.
Munich checking in, Germany. We got Denmark, Hamburg. A lot of the Europeans are in there. Isa's here. She's from I got to scroll back here. Got a lot of people checking in. South Africa checking in. Harbor Point checking in. Where'd my mouse go?
Yeah, we
Oh.
could probably switch radios here and have real-time contact if any of those gentlemen or ladies, they might be amateur
Yeah.
radio operators, which
Yeah.
of course John and I are both. Been deeply involved in that since our teenage years, and for me that was a long time ago.
All right, let's do this. All right, this is not a yoke, Dad, but get your hand on that for a second.
Yeah, that's the
And I'm-
on stick.
So I'm going to, we're going to go up a little bit in altitude just for a second here. So I'm going to hit vertical speed. We're just going to go up a little bit so we have some
400
room.
foot per minute.
Yep, 400 feet per minute, exactly. And then the rudder pedals are down there. You don't necessarily need them up here in the air, but if you got up, I'll get you a little bit closer there. Yeah, you don't need them unless you want to do a coordinated turn or whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get your hand on the stick. I'm going to take the autopilot off, right, and then just pitch up a little bit. So pull back just a little bit, and then small movements. Maybe go back down to kind of get used to how it
That's
feels.
Very fine movements here that are reflected in your simulator. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then go ahead and make a small left turn. A little 5-10 degree bank or something. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Keep that, and come out of it maybe a little bit. Come out of it on to the right now a little bit. There you go. That's awesome. You can watch the attitude indicator and just kind of get a feel of what it's like. The thing that this doesn't simulate is that feel of the seat of your pants. Back in the day when you're in the real world cockpit, you could really feel the G-force and the motions and everything like that. And also, this is a little bit harder to look to your side. You can look to your side with a few of these things like
you
this.
can broaden the view.
Yeah, you can go like,
You
I
can
need to
turn
do
your
my
head.
yeah. You can for your base turn, etc.
Turn your head. Yeah.
So fly toward that airport up that way.
Okay.
And then I'm going to reset your view and just, and then of course this is your throttle over this way. It's reversed, right here on your left. Down here is your throttle if you wanted to change your power setting or whatever. And just head for that runway that's right over there.
Oh, we can do a direct approach here.
Yeah, direct, and then we'll just do a
I
low
wanna
approach.
fly a left base.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go
No,
left.
I don't. I'm just kidding.
Left downwind? And this, I think the pattern for this would, you could go left downwind.
No, this is fine. I'll just fly it straight in from here if I can do that. This is very sensitive on the stick, isn't it?
Yeah, and maybe bring back your power a little bit because you're at 100 knots now. So just
How do I do that?
Just take this joystick here
Oh,
and
that
you
one.
just bring it back just a little bit. And you
Okay.
can see the thrust is changing. Of
Okay.
course, you can look at your knots here
Okay.
or here, but you can bring that power back a little bit more. That's fine. Okay. We're landing, by the way, babe.
Oh, this could be ugly.
It's okay. Slow down a little bit. So bring back idle, all the way back, the joystick, the throttle, all the way back. Yep. All the way back.
Okay.
And,
Well,
and we don't have to land either. You can just do a low approach. You don't have to land because, this is pull up a little bit back.
yeah, I'm
there you go.
sorry. I lost a little concentration there.
And then
You got-
pull up a little bit here. Here, I'll guide just a little bit here. And then let's, all right, add a little bit of power. Just push that a little bit forward, yeah. And then let's pull up a little more power. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then you can pull up a little bit more. Aim for the end of the runway, possibly. And we could just, like I say, make this at a low approach and then touch it down. So pull back a little bit, get a little left, or sorry, a little right, and then pull back. It's a different beast, isn't it?
oh yeah, but it's a
Pretty
really
cool,
an
huh?
excellent simulator.
Oh, we hit the camera. Oh, we bounced a little bit. That's okay. We'll come back down. Yeah, and then you can pull that joystick all the way back. Slow down. And then the rudder pedals will steer now.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we can just go full power. And then just rotate when it gets up to, right now you can do a small rotation, so pull back, just pull back a little bit there. There you go. Boom.
Touch and go.
Touch and go, yeah. And that looks like over there, that's one of those transport aircraft. See that transport aircraft, the Beluga, I think, where they...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to hit this. Then, of course,
Do you have a Diamant 16.5 glider?
I actually do.